Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a greeting card with the help of my Big Shot. My card base is going to be Whisper White. I've cut it 11 by 4 1/4. I scored it at the 5 1/2 mark, and my card is going to be this kind of orientation. To that, I'm going to add a layer of Whisper White that's cut 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. You can hop on over to my blog after the video is over and I'll have all the measurements for you there. Before I adhere this layer though onto my card base, I want to bring in a brand new set of framelits that I recently received and die cut some images for it and out of it. I'd like to introduce to you the mini treat bag Thinlits dies. They are amazing. They make bags, but they also come with some really cool embellishments. And I'm going to use three of the embellishments that come in the pack to help me decorate my card. So I've got my magnetic platform, my bottom standard cutting pad, and I've got the Whisper White layer on top. And then I've got the stars, I guess it's a strip of framelits across the front and the bottom. I'm going to gently lay on the top standard cutting pad, and then I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. And it's going to die cut a row of stars across the bottom. Now, if it doesn't die cut all the stars completely out, you can just use your fingers and you can poke them out very easily. There we go. I'd keep them though. Might be kind of fun to decorate the inside of the card or maybe the envelope using those stars. So there we go. We've got that layer piece done. The next thing I want to do is bring in a piece of Hello Honey cardstock. It's just a scrap piece I have laying around. And in that same pack of framelits, the mini treat bag Thinlits pack, I've got this star, and I'm going to die cut that out next. There we go. Same sandwich for the Big Shot. Just die cut it or run it through. Everything is sticking to this cutting pad today. There we go. So I've got that star. I'm going to use that. And then the last thing I want to do is bring in a framelit that says For You. The For You is another Thinlit that's in this pack, and I'm going to die cut it out of some scrap basic black cardstock I had lying around. However, when you use word framelits or Thinlits like this one is, it's really hard to get the words to pop out because they tend to get stuck inside the Thinlit itself. So here's a little tip. Take a dryer sheet and lay it. I cut a piece of dryer sheet just to fit this piece of cardstock. Then I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper. Parchment paper if you live around the world, or you could use wax paper if you live in the United States and Canada. Those wax paper you can easily pick up in your grocery store. I'm going to put the Thinlit on top, the For You, with the cutting blades down, and then I'm going to, whoops, it slipped off. There we go. Lay on the top standard cutting pad and run it through. And watch how easy this is. You just poke and peel off the dryer sheet, poke out any remaining pieces, and there you go. There's the For You phrase. Easy peasy. All right, so let me bring back in all of the pieces for my card. And I have one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take a piece of Hello Honey cardstock and I'm going to adhere it underneath the layer for my card front so that the Hello Honey shows through the stars. I didn't really want white on white. So I'm going to bring in my snail adhesive. And I'm going to put snail on the card layer, the Whisper White, so that I don't make a mistake and put it on the Hello Honey and then have it show through. There we go, or have a sticky piece coming through. So I've got that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my silicone pad. I love it because if I'm putting on small pieces of cardstock and I want to use my snail adhesive, sometimes your snail is wider than your cardstock, and so you don't want to put it on any kind of paper surface, because then it makes your paper surface all sticky. So I'm going to set that aside just for a minute. I want to get a few other details in place. I'm going to put my star on next that I die cut out, and I'm going to put it at a jaunty little angle. I'm going to bring in the For You, and I'm going to use my snail adhesive on this. You could use your two-way glue pen. Get it nice and straight. That looks good. And then I'm going to add a piece of Hello Honey, a strip of Hello Honey across the top of my card. And then I have a second piece. I'm going to use my silicone pad again. Any adhesive that just, you get on the silicone pad, it just so easily rubs off. And I'm going to put my second strip like so. And then the last thing I'm going to do is bring in my card base, turn my Whisper White layer over, put some snail adhesive on it, there we go, and then adhere the whole thing to the front of my card, like so. And there we go, a really quick and easy and kind of cute card that I created with the help of my Big Shot and the Mini Treat Bag Thinlits. For a complete listing of the supplies I used and the measurement for all the cardstock layers, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. I have a newsletter coming out this week. You can place an order for the products I used to make this card. There's a Shop Now button on my blog that you can click on. You can look through lots of other sample ideas. I've got some virtual clubs that you might like to consider joining, or you can just simply ask me a question. I'm Terri. I'm nuts about stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.